I wanted to talk to you today about the bombs that are dropping. No, I'm just kidding. There really haven't been any bombs, but sometimes I think it's felt like that this year. It's been crazy. It's been interesting. It definitely wasn't the year of vision. 2020 vision. I heard that tons and tons and tons this time last year as people were getting ready to crush 2020, right? The year 2020. Even I was like that as well. I had my game plan, my goals set up, what I was going to accomplish this year, and let's just say that it was not what I was expecting. But it was still visionary in the sense that this year was a lot of opportunities came my way, a lot of things to stretch and grow and tackle and learn about. And if you know me well enough, anyways, to know I am a lifelong learner. I love to learn. I have 2 bachelors and I love to teach. So that I feel like that's the other side of that coin is teaching. But learning is something that I really love and enjoy doing. So I took the time to learn um, how to do things differently, right? And one of those things, as you've heard me mention, has been tax planning and CFO services. And so I'm really grateful that COVID allowed for me to be able to expand our services for this business. And then we launched Your Accounting Sidekick, which was really exciting and it is really exciting. And we're continuing to grow this sector of things. And it's going to be amazing or continue to be amazing because it's going to help people and businesses and lives and individuals and families. And that's always near and dear to my heart is to help people. So anyways, long story short, the one thing that I wanted to do and talk about is the huge bomb that dropped in the past week or two. And it's really the PPP is like a huge thing, right? Because hundreds of thousands of businesses got PPP funds this year. And we were waiting, and I say we as in like businesses and accountants and all that kind of stuff, we were waiting to see what clarification is going to be issued from the IRS and how these things were going to be treated. So about a week or two ago, the IRS finally gave their clarification on what it was going to be, and it's a bomb. It's a bomb because it's going to affect a lot of businesses in ways that I don't think they were expecting. I wasn't even expecting. So the way that they had it worded, and it's really confusing. So I just wanted to clarify what the wording means. They clarified the wording. They said that there wasn't going to be taxable income, which is correct. The PPP funds are not taxable income. However, you have to exclude the expenses you used the PPP funds for on your 2020 taxes. Okay, so essentially, you gotta love the IRS, right? The IRS and tax law, it's written by lawyers, not accountants. And this has been something I've learned for, when I first started doing taxes, like accountants hate tax law because it's written by a bunch of lawyers and it's really hard to understand. So the PPP funds are not taxable. However, you have to exclude those expenses from your 2020 taxes. And so basically what it ends up being is taxable income because it's going to raise your income level by whatever those funds were. So for example, if my net income, my income after expenses for 2020 is $50,000 and I got $25,000 in PPP funds, that means my taxable income is going to be $75,000 for the year 2020. And so this is going to be impactful because if you are a small business owner and you got a significant amount of PPP funds, it's going to impact your bottom line. And then you're going to be paying taxes on that. And that's what I think a lot of people were not expecting. I was expecting it to, of course, come back in some way as taxable income. However, I thought that they were going to do it in whatever year you received forgiveness. So that's the other kind of half of that bomb is that even if you don't get forgiveness by the end of this year, you still have to do this for your 2020 taxes. If you anticipate that you're going to get forgiven, which for the most part, most businesses should be able to pretty easily get forgiveness on their loan, which means that most likely everybody who's watching this video that got PPP funds is going to have to count it as or exclude those expenses, as the IRS would say. So you're going to have additional income on your 2020 taxes. So what does that mean for you? Basically, it means that you're going to most likely have more of a tax liability. So if you were anticipating, paying X amount of dollars based off of what your year has done so far, what it was last year, you can expect that it's going to be higher amount. So, long story short, with your accounting sidekick, one of the things that we're going to be doing in the next couple weeks is having a 2-week or a 5-day tax prep ready challenge. In 2 weeks, we're going to have this challenge that's going to be running. And part of that is going to be an estimate of estimating what your tax liability is going to be for 2020. The other piece of that is with Sidekick Accounting, which is our sister business from Your Accounting Sidekick, is we are doing tax planning. So if you go ahead and click the link, you can go through our qualifier to see if tax planning would be a good option for you. Otherwise, I would strongly encourage you to join our 5-day tax prep ready challenge, because it's going to give you the foundation for what you're going to need for tax time. It's going to allow you to make sure that you're maximizing your deductions and estimating your tax liability in a realistic way so that you can start putting a plan in place. Because if you will recall, when all this stuff came out about Trump, your taxes actually are due in April when your taxes are due, not at the end of extension. So you want to make sure that you have some kind of a plan in place, a good estimate in place before April, so that you can start executing that if you need to throughout the rest of the year. And then if tax planning is a good option for you, this is a great opportunity to get that ball rolling, because then we can start implementing, we can talk and start implementing some of those strategies so that in 2021, you will be saving on money. And just to kind of throw things out there, some of the things that you pay for anyways are things that you can strategically create plans around to have your business work for you instead of the other way around. So for instance, there are strategies to be able to pay your kids. And so you can pay your kids a certain amount of money every year, and then they can use that money to pay for things that they're already paying for, things like tuition and college and activities and that kind of stuff. So there's a strategy in place for that. Retirement is another big thing that most small businesses do not think about, that they need to start thinking about, because you want to make sure you have a diverse portfolio of retirement options for you and your family to be able to be sustainable. And then the other piece of that is that there are some certain loopholes that you can use to help to have the business help pay for your personal mortgage. And so typically you wouldn't be able to do that. And there's many different ways to do that. And there's tons and tons of other strategies that we can talk about and put in place. But that's what tax planning is. So in the description of this video, there are links that you can click for those different things. Please go ahead and do that. I want you to save money. I want you to take control of your money. I want you to be successful. I want you to feel like your business is working for you and not you working for your business, because that's the whole point, right? Like, I know for me, I want my business to be successful and to continue to grow and thrive so that I can go on vacation without having to worry about it crumbling. So I can have time freedom to be there for my kids. So I can help other families be successful and other businesses be successful. Because if I'm successful, that means that I have a greater reach to be able to help and give and all those things that are important to most people. And one of the reasons why people start businesses. And so having your books in order, knowing your numbers, making sure you're profitable is one piece of it. But another big piece of owning your own business is taxes. And so that's why I took that leap this year and really put an investment in place so that I can learn more about this, so that I can help other people do that. So tax planning is a little bit more exhaustive and it's a more strategic, higher investment kind of a thing. But if you're not ready for that, do the tax prep ready challenge, that 5-day challenge. And it will be recorded and will be available after the fact. And then we'll probably run another challenge in January. But if you do it before the end of the year, there might be some things that you can put in place to save money for 2020, to avoid those big tax bombs that they just dropped on us, and prepare you for this year going forward. So today I am going to be doing a strategic planning with Action Coach of Wisconsin, and we are going to be doing Growth Club for the rest of today and tomorrow. But I will be monitoring things, and I really, really hope that you'll take advantage of some of these opportunities, or at the very least, just have a conversation with me, because I'm here to help. We want you to be profitable and successful, because profitable and successful companies provide for families, futures, and communities. They provide for so many different things. It's crazy, as I just kind of think about it, And this year has been um, impactful. It's been so impactful. So make sure you shop small. You support other businesses. Make sure you're giving. Make sure you're being intentional about it. Make sure you're working on your business and not just in it. Put together your plans for next year, even though this year may have been really hard, the hardest year you've ever had, or maybe it's been the best year that you've ever had as well. Planning is a huge part to success. So make sure you take some time to do that. Make sure that you take advantage of the resources that are available to you. I'm a resource. Take advantage of me and this platform and the group and all that kind of stuff. And we will just continue to grow and thrive and be successful together. So thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon.